So we are going to discuss another important idea, that is continuity and differentiability. So what is the meaning of continuity of a function at a point, continuity of a function in an interval? It's same meaning as English meaning, continuous. That means if you are drawing the graph for the function, that must be a continuous graph. Just observe here, a function f of x is said to continuous at x is equals to a. Function f of x is said to be continuous at x is equals to a if limit x tends to a minus f of x is equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, and that must be equal to functional value at a, f of a. Left hand limit is equals to right hand limit, that must be equal to functional value at a. Then we say that the function is continuous at x is equals to a. So what is the meaning for this? Left hand limit is equal to right hand limit means limit of a function at x is equals to a exists. So that's why we can write this one as limit x tends to a, f of x must be equal to f of a. Limit value and a functional value both are equal. Then we say that the function is continuous at x is equals to a. Let us observe this particular graph of one particular function. This is the graph. So we got the graph of the function like this. Observe at this particular point we are finding this is say x is equals to a. Now I can say this particular point is a comma f of a. That means as x values are approaching to a, the function is approaching to f of a. As x values are approaching to a from right hand side, functional value is approaching to f of a, and f of a is also the same. So that's why left hand limit, right hand limit, functional value all are same. Then we say that function is continuous at x is equals to a. You can observe the graph of the function at x is equal to a, no gap and no hole. It is a continuous. It is not an empty circle, it is a filled circle. That means a continuous. At the same time, limit x tends to a minus f of x is equals to limit x tends to a plus f of x, that must be equal to f of a. Then we said that the function is continuous at x is equal to a. But if this is not equal to f of a, then we say that function is discontinuous at x is equals to a. That type of discontinuity is called removable discontinuity or discontinuity of first kind, we can say. Why we are calling this one as removable discontinuity? Observe here. According to the information, left hand limit, right hand limit both are equal. Function left hand limit, right hand limit both are equal. This is at x is equals to a. But the functional value given somewhere here. This is the point a comma f of a. Left hand limit equal to some L. Right hand limit also equal to some L, but the functional value is equal to some different value. This is f of a value. So that's why you can observe at a there is a hole, there is a gap. That's why the function is discontinuous at x is equals to a. Why we are calling this one as removable discontinuity? Just I am trying to discuss with an example. You can see here. This is the particular function f of x is equals to, we can write x square minus 9 divided by x minus 3 when x is not equals to 3. That is equals to 6 if x value is equals to 3. As you know about this, limit x tends to 3, f of x is equals to, I am finding the limit value. That is limit x tends to 3. We are getting x square minus 9 divided by x minus 3. After simplification we are getting limit x tends to 3, x plus 3, that is equal to 6, and f of 3 value is also given as 6. That's why limit value and functional value both are equal, so the function is continuous at x is equal to 3. Now in the same question they have given like this. So this is given as, if x is equals to 3, you will get some 9. Now what happens? Limit x tends to 3, f of x value, just now we got 6, and the functional value we got as 9. Functional value is given as 9. Both are not equal, that's why the function is discontinuous at x is equal to 3. My function is discontinuous at x is equals to 3, and we are calling this one as removable discontinuity. The reason is, by changing the functional value to 6, we can make the function continuous. That is the reason we are calling it as removable discontinuity, or the discontinuity of the first kind. Suppose here left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. Left hand limit of the function exists, right hand limit of the function exists, both are not equal. In that case also the function is discontinuous. Now you can observe here, limit x tends to a minus f of x is equals to f of a, then the function is said to be left continuous, because the left hand limit equal to functional value. Limit x tends to a plus f of x is equals to f of a, then the function is said to be right continuous at x is equals to a, because the left hand limit equals to functional value, left continuous. Right hand limit is equals to functional value, then we can say the function is right continuous at x is equals to a. So whenever limit x tends to a minus f of x is approaching to either plus infinity or minus infinity, at the same time limit x tends to a plus f of x is approaching to either plus infinity or minus infinity. In these cases we say that the function is infinite discontinuity. At the same time we are getting limit x tends to a minus f of x, right? Limit x tends to a minus f of x, value oscillating between some value. That means we are, limit value does not exist. Let us say this particular case, limit x tends to 0 cos of 1 by x. Limit x tends to 0 cos 1 by x. What happens here? No doubt, this value oscillates between minus 1 and plus 1. Limit won't tends to infinity, but limit value oscillates between minus 1 and plus 1. But limit value does not exist. Limit value oscillates between minus 1 and plus 1. So that's why here also we can say the function is discontinuous. That type of discontinuity we can say it as oscillating discontinuity. Where the function is not defined, wherever the function is not defined, at that point also we can say the function is discontinuous. So function is continuous in open interval a comma b means function is continuous in open interval a comma b means in open interval a comma b at any point the function must be continuous. Then we can say that any point you can take in between a comma b, the function must be continuous at that point. But when can we say that function is continuous in closed interval a comma b? Function is said to be continuous in closed interval a comma b. These conditions has to satisfy. Limit x tends to a plus f of x must be equal to f of a. That means the function must be right continuous, because a plus only there in this interval, a minus is outside the interval. At the same time limit x tends to b minus f of x must be equal to f of b. That means at b the function must be left continuous, at a the function must be right continuous, and at the same time f of x is continuous. F of x is continuous at all points in open interval a comma b. In this interval you can take any point. The function must be continuous in that interval. Then we can say function is continuous in closed interval a comma b. So these are some standard results here. Sin x and cos x or trigonometric functions, they are continuous everywhere. And tan x, cot x, secant x, cosecant x, these functions are continuous in their domain. In their domain, why I am saying, you can observe tan x, we can write it as sin x divided by cos x, where denominator becomes 0, tan x not defined. That means all odd multiples of 90, this function is not defined. Function only not defined at odd multiples of 90. That's why at all odd multiples of 90, the function is discontinuous. Trigonometric functions are continuous in their domain. Because tan x is discontinuous, tan x is continuous we can say, but there are odd multiples of 90 where tan x is not defined. That's why wherever tan x is defined, at all those points the function is continuous, right? So trigonometric functions are continuous in their domain. At the same time, e power x is continuous everywhere, and at the same time log x also continuous in their domain. Why? Logarithm is defined only for positive values. That's why it is continuous everywhere in their domain. At the same time, the function f of x and g of x, these are two functions continuous at x is equals to a. These two functions are continuous at x is equals to a. Then their sum is continuous. Then their difference also continuous. Then their multiplication f of x into g of x also continuous at x is equals to a. And at the same time f of x divided by g of x is also continuous at x is equals to a, provided g of a not equals to 0, denominator not equals to 0. At the same time, if two functions are, let us see here, I am taking one function is f of x, the other function we are taking it as g of x. So what about the composition of their functions? That means g circle f of x, composition of functions. F and g, f of x and g of x are everywhere continuous. F of x and g of x are everywhere continuous, then their composition is also continuous everywhere. Suppose here f of x is continuous at x is equals to a, and g of x is continuous at f of a. F of x is continuous at x is equals to a, g of x is continuous at f of a, then g circle f of x is a continuous function at x is equals to a. So that is about the discussion regarding continuity of a function. Suppose you see f of x is equals to, you know, mod x divided by x, when x is not equals to 0, that is equals to, we can write 0 if x is equals to 0. Tell me what about the continuity of the function? This function is discontinuous. Why? Because you can observe this, we can write it as 1 if x values are greater than 0. We can write 0 if x is equal to 0, that is given in the function, minus 1 if x values are less than 0. So what is the meaning for that? Limit x tends to 0 minus f of x, limit x tends to 0 plus f of x and f of 0. All these values are not equal. 0 minus case less than 0, less than 0 case we are getting minus 1, 0 plus means greater than 0, greater than 0 case we are getting 1, and f of 0 equal to 0 case we are getting 0. Left hand limit not equal to right hand limit, not equal to functional value. So you can observe the graph of this particular function. You know the graph of signum function, which is a signum function, right? This is 1. When x values are greater than 0, we got 1. So this one is when x values are less than 0, we are getting minus 1. When x is equal to 0, we are getting 0. You can observe the graph. It is this type of discontinuity is called jump discontinuity, right? So next immediately we will try to discuss, because continuity, differentiability I will try to discuss together. So what is the differentiation of a point at x is equals to a? A function f of x is said to be derivable or differentiable at x is equals to c. Function is differentiable at x is equals to c if limit x tends to c f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c exists finitely. This limit exists finitely, then we say that function is differentiable at x is equals to c. This limit has to exist finitely, then the function is differentiable at x is equals to c. But when can we say that this limit exists? Limit exists means left hand limit must be equal to right hand limit. So limit x tends to c minus f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c, that is a left hand limit. So that must be equal to limit x tends to c plus f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c. So this is right hand limit, left hand limit. Left hand limit, right hand limit both are equal, then we say that function is differentiable at x is equals to c, and we will write this one as f dash of c, that is nothing but d by dx of f of x, derivative of f of x at x is equals to c we can write. So here limit x tends to c minus, limit x tends to c plus, which we are calling it as left hand derivative. This one we are calling it as right hand derivative. Now you can observe here the same we can write in another way also. Limit x tends to 0, f of c minus h minus f of c divided by c minus h minus c is the same as limit h tends to 0, f of c plus h minus f of c divided by c plus h minus c. Now here plus c minus c gets cancelled. Here also plus c minus c gets cancelled. This is left hand derivative and this is right hand derivative. Just I want to discuss what is its geometrical meaning. Differentiation of a function at x is equals to c. Geometrical meaning, as everyone know about, because which we discussed in the earlier discussion also, function is differentiable at x is equals to c means at that point it is possible to draw a unique tangent. Okay, so let us say this is the particular point. We can take this one is c comma f of c in the neighborhood of c, that means very close to c to the right side, very close to c to the left side. Whatever point I am taking close to c, think, and you are seeing the diagram now in magnifying way. You are observing this one in magnifying lens. Okay, this is the point c plus h comma f of c plus h, and this particular point is c minus h comma f of c minus h. Okay, so these are very close to c. One is right side, the other one is left side. Very close, very near to c. We are observing now in a magnifying glasses. Okay, right. Now this is the point P. Let us take this point as Q and this point is equals to R. Now can you tell me what is the slope of PQ? What is the slope of PQ? Slope of PQ is equals to y2 minus y1, that means f of c plus h minus f of c divided by c plus h minus c, that is the slope of PQ. Now can you tell me what is the slope of PR? Slope of PR is equals to same f of c minus h minus f of c divided by c minus h minus c. So this is the slope of PQ and this is the slope of PR. Now observe here, whenever h is tending to 0, h is approaching to 0, what happens in the first case? Whenever h is approaching to 0, q is approaching to p. Whenever q is approaching to p, the chord PQ becomes tangent at p. The chord PQ is becoming tangent at p. That means whenever h value is tending to 0, the point q is approaching to p. The point q is approaching to p means the chord PQ becomes tangent at p. The chord PQ becomes the tangent at p. So that's why we can write this one as limit h tends to 0. This one f of c plus h minus f of c divided by c plus h minus c. And this is the slope of the chord PQ. This is the chord slope PQ slope, right? Now whenever h is tending to 0, the chord PQ only becomes tangent, right? So that is the reason this value represents slope of the tangent drawn at P. Here also the same thing happens. Whenever h value is approaching to 0, the point R is approaching to P. The point R is approaching to P means the chord PR becomes the same tangent at P. The chord PR becomes the same tangent at P. So that's why f of c minus h minus f of c divided by c minus h minus c is equals to limit h tends to 0. That value is equals to f dash of c. Right? So that is the geometrical meaning of differentiation at a point. So at x is equals to c, at a point P, we are drawing the tangent. Slope of the tangent is equals to f dash of c. So that is the geometrical meaning of differentiation at a point. If the function is differentiable at x is equals to c, no doubt the function is continuous at x is equals to c. If a function is differentiable, no doubt it is continuous. So what is the meaning here? I am saying that function is differentiable. That means f dash of c is equals to limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c. This value exists. I am saying that that value exists. F dash of c exists. Then I can say function no doubt continuous at x is equal to c. That means every differentiable function is continuous. How? Check it. Okay, we have to check limit x tends to c, f of x. If you show that is equals to f of c, then we can say function is continuous at x is equals to c. Observe now here. So this we can write it as limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c into x minus c plus f of c. Just I did some modification, no doubt, no problem with these modifications. X minus c cancel, minus f of c plus f of c cancel, we are getting same only. Now what we can write this one, because we can apply the limit separately. Limit x tends to c, f of x minus f of c divided by x minus c into limit x tends to c, x minus c plus, here we are applying the limit, not applying the limit, no difference because it's a constant, right? So now what happens? this limit value we know, because we are saying this limit exists, we are saying because the function is differentiable at x is equals to c. So that's why this value is equal to f dash of c into 0 plus f of c, right? So this becomes 0, we got f of c. Limit value is equals to functional value, so the function is continuous. That's why every differentiable function is continuous, but the converse need not be true. Converse is not true. Just you can take an example. F of x is equals to, I am taking modulus of x minus 2. So you know about this function mod x minus 2, we can write it as x minus 2 if x greater than or equals to 2. That we can write it as minus of x minus 2 if x less than 2. That is the definition of mod x minus 2. Now here I am finding limit x tends to 2 minus f of x is equals to limit x tends to 2. Come on, tell me. 2 minus. 2 minus means less than 2. Less than 2 case, what is the function? Minus of x minus 2. Now apply the limit, you will get 0. Right? Next, limit x tends to 2 plus f of x. So this is equals to limit x tends to 2. 2 plus means more than 2. More than 2 case, what is the function? X minus 2. So that is also equal to 0. Now what is f of 2? Equal to 2. Equal to 2 case, this function we have to consider, that is nothing but f of 2 means directly we can write 2 minus 2 is equals to 0. Left hand limit must be equal to right hand limit, that must be equal to functional value. So I can say function is continuous at x is equals to 2. We will check whether it is differentiable or not. So limit x tends to 2 minus f of x minus f of 2 divided by x minus 2. Next one is limit x tends to 2 plus f of x minus f of 2 divided by x minus 2. So we have to check these two are equal or not. If both are equal, then we say that the function is differentiable at x is equals to 2. Observe here. This is equals to limit x tends to 2. Whether you observe or not, I am not writing 2 minus. But I am writing 2 minus case, what is the function? Less than 2 case, what is the function? Minus of x minus 2. No doubt, f of 2 value is equal to 0 divided by x minus 2. X minus 2, x minus 2 cancel, we are getting minus 1. At the same time here, limit x tends to 2. Now here 2 plus. 2 plus case, what is the function? More than 2 case, the function is x minus 2. Write down here, x minus 2 minus 0 divided by x minus 2. Here cancel, we are getting 1. Left hand derivative we got minus 1. Right hand derivative we got plus 1. Both are not equal. That's why the function is not differentiable at x is equals to 2. You can check earlier. The function is continuous at x is equals to 2. But it is not differentiable at x is equals to 2. So the same we can do it in another way. This is the function we got. Can you tell me what is f dash of 2 plus? At 2 plus case, what is the function? This is the function. What about its differentiation? 1 only. Now f dash of 2 minus. What is the 2 minus? 2 minus case, this is the function. What is its differentiation? Its differentiation is minus 1. Right hand derivative is not equals to left hand derivative. So the function is not differentiable at x is equals to 2. So like that we can check directly for objective exams purpose. Okay, right. If you observe the graph, this is the graph of modulus of x minus 2. Whether you observe or not, at x is equals to 2, there is a sharp edge. You can observe the graph is a continuous graph. No gaps and no holes are there anywhere. So it is a continuous graph, but at x is equals to 2, we have a sharp edge. Where there is a sharp edge, at that point the function is not differentiable, because at this sharp edge we can draw infinite number of tangents. So that's why at all sharp edges the function is not differentiable. So function is not differentiable. How to check? Function is not differentiable means these are the points we have to check. Where the function is discontinuous, at all the points of discontinuity, the function is not differentiable. And next second point is where vertical tangents are possible. So wherever the vertical tangents are possible, at all those points function is not differentiable. Just you can take an example here. This is the particular problem given. X square plus 2x plus y to the power of 4 plus 4y is equals to 5. This is one functional equation given. Now I am trying to find out dy by dx. I hope so everyone know how to find out dy by dx. Minus of, we are doing this one 2x plus 2 because earlier we discussed in the implicit functions how to differentiate this one easily. So minus of, we are differentiating this one with respect to 2x by taking y as a constant divided by, differentiate this one, you will get 4 times y cube plus y, 4y, not 4. That is the differentiation. Now we can write this one as minus of x plus 1 divided by, if you take 4 common, cancel 2 into y cube plus 1, that we can write it as y plus 1 into y square minus y plus 1. Now where differentiation does not exist, when y is equal to minus 1. When y is equal to minus 1, differentiation does not exist. Or y is equal to minus 1, substitute here, what happens? X square plus 2x that is plus 1 minus 4 is equals to 5. Therefore we are getting x square plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. It's a factorization. X plus 4 into x minus 2 is equals to 0. So we got x is equals to 2 comma minus 4. That means one point is 2 comma minus 1 where the vertical tangent is possible. The other point is minus 4 comma minus 1 where the vertical tangent is possible. That means at x is equals to 2 we are getting a vertical tangent, slope not defined. At x is equal to minus 4 also we are getting a vertical tangent. This is the meaning you can observe. Let us say we don't know the graph. Let us say take the graph like this. Okay. At x is equals to 2 we got one vertical tangent. At x is equals to 2 we got one vertical tangent. At x is equal to minus 4 we got one more vertical tangent. So that's why function is not differentiable means where the function is discontinuous, that is first point. And the second point is try to identify the sharp edges. And the third point is where the vertical tangents are possible. So at all these points the function is not differentiable. Okay, so next class we will try to discuss problems based on these ideas. Okay, bye bye.